Hello everybody, I've not uploaded in a while. So an idea just came to me because I love talking about these sorts of things. So I am going to go through some of my favourite art books that I've found this year. Just because it's getting to the end of the year and I thought I might as well do something fun like that. So I'm not going to go in any particular order. I'm just going to grab some at random, which I already have done, and I will talk about them. Simple enough video, nothing can possibly go fucking wrong. So the first one is the art book for Across the Spiderverse. I was hoping this book would be a little bit thicker. I've had people tell me in my comments for this video that the art book for Into the Spider-Verse is way bigger, and I'm trying to get my hands on it. But I love art books like this because they really go in depth on, you know, how they want the characters to look, how they made them. They've got blurbs and stuff about it that show off some of the emotions, some of the design ideas, things like that. It's really, really cool. And it's not just on the Spider-Men and women, it's also obviously on the villains, on the environments, because look at that. That looks awesome. There's so much detail in just the corkboard at the back, let alone the wires coming off from the computer and the file cabinets. It's just everything has its own pop art style. It's not all clean lines and things like that. There's some jankiness to it, and I mean that in the kindest way possible. There's some jankiness to it, but I like that. They've also got some storyboard stuff, which if you I don't know if it was that one or it was probably that. I did a very cringy shitty short of that fucking image there, but the faceless Miles's mum is just creepy as hell. But yeah, this book is absolutely amazing. I really recommend this book. It's not cheap. Oh god, $50 US. Oh no, $40 US, $50 Canadian. Friggin' hell! I feel so sorry for you people. Oh my god, that is so expensive. I just said to my you people, I feel so sorry. That is such a rude thing to say. I am so sorry. But anyway, amazing book. Really great art. If you're a Spider-Man fan, I'm fairly sure you absolutely rush to get that. So, yeah, on to the next book. The next one I will talk about, just to keep it relevant to the channel, it's probably the reason why everybody's coming back on this video, is my most favourite book. Sorry, I got some schmutz on the lens. My most favourite book that I found this year is, of course, the gorillaz art book. Now, obviously, we chronicled this book from its start to its finish. I've done the flip through, and for some ungodly reason, I was the first person to get a video up on this, which I'm kind of surprised by. But yes, I have got one of 3 alternate covers. I have seen on Z2 Comics that they're selling the other 2 covers. Probably won't get them because these books are expensive and that'll rack up quite a bit of money. So, I'm sure you can find videos out there of people with the same book, the same content, just it's a different image in the picture frame at the front here. I really like this art book because, as usual with gorillaz, they collaborate with other artists. The artist collaboration list is at the back. So yeah, they always have a chance to collaborate with all these other artists. So there's Jared Cody Wolfe, William Ray, Craig McCracken, Glyn Dillon, EPHK, Jeremy Anicio, I'm sure I butchered that, Tara Billinger, Andre Carilho, and just loads more. And of course, the one that I've loved the most and I'm actually following on her Instagram is, can I find her? Daniela Ulig. She's an amazing artist. Or he. I shouldn't assume. I shouldn't assume. I just assume. I shouldn't assume. But yeah, it's just full of amazing art, amazing quirky art. Like Gorillaz is known for some amazing little comic strip panels, stuff like that. You know, the story of how 2D got his blue hair falling out of a tree, taking some pills to grow it back, stuff like that. But it's not all just featured artists. We of course have some Jamie Hewlett art at the very front of the book. My one gripe with this book is that they really tried to show off the fact that it's made from, like, I can't remember exactly what it said, but it tried to show off the fact that it was made from reclaimed materials and it's all special handcrafted in Italy and things like that. Like, whoopie-doo. I get that they want to do something very special for a book like this, because it's not often that Gorillaz do a book like this. But like, I just hate that, you know, the whole like, oh, keep it once you've took it out the wrapping and things like that. Gotta air it out. Gotta do the whole temperature thing. It's gotta get used to the moisture in the room, and it's like, whoopie-doo. Just give me an art book. I don't care if it's cheap, just so I can look at the art, you know. But other than that, the quality of the print, I must admit, are very, very nice. And of course, it's literally I wouldn't say a catalogue. It's more of a, how can I put this? It's more of a let's just say a list of artists that you can look at and be like, okay, whose art do I like? You know, are they in this book? Let's have a look at them. Or if you're new to a lot of these artists, like for me, Holly Warburton, their art, I didn't vibe with it at first, but I occasionally pick up the book, have a gentle flick through, and you know, this one speaks to me the most. I love the colours, the way they've obviously used them with the sunset and the ocean and the reflections, things like that. It's really cool, and I like that the sun is also beaming through the hole in Cyborg Noodle's head. But yeah, I really do recommend this book, but you can get it through Gorillaz' main store, or you can go on Z2 Comics. I would recommend both, because they're both basically the same price, but be warned, this is not a cheap book. But if you have a Gorillaz fan as a member of your family, they will love this book if they haven't got it already. Just put that down because it's starting to ache. Oh. There's another thing, it's a heavy book as well. Right, so on to another heavy book. A book that I honestly didn't think again that I would like, and that is The Art of Diablo 4, the collector's edition. Yes, I did get the whole big box and everything for it, but I really like how this book is presented. It's not, if there's a painting like that, it's not just a clean transition to the next page. You can see that it's like it's actually being painted into the book, which I love. I love little details like that. I love that there's like these double page spreads, which the skeletons remind me of. Oh, this is going to really bug me now. There's that stop motion filmmaker who did the stop motion skeletons. I cannot remember. I know somebody's going to put it in the comments because they know. But they really remind me of that, and that's like, I just find that really cool. You know, there's more awesome, just awesome double page spread art in this book than you get to just the character specific stuff. I wish Lilith actually looked like that. That would have been so freaking cool. And then there's that as well. It's just a book completely filled with amazing artwork. You know, and it doesn't go into blurbs on how they came about and the inspirations for the artwork, much like the gorillaz art book. It's literally just showing you art. It's not telling you how they got to the conclusion of, you know, how they wanted like this hell marsh to look, you know, how they got the skeleton and how they wanted the composition to go through, blah blah blah. It does have some blurbs when you get to these sorts of pages, but it's more just telling you about the world as opposed to telling you about you know, how and why they got to the conclusion of how they wanted the artwork to look, which is more the reason why I pick up these books, and which is more the reason why I praise the Crash Bandicoot for It's About Time art book so much, because they go into so much detail with that book that it's genuinely crazy, and also heartwarming the amount of love and care that you can see that's gone into that art book, that's gone into that game. And if you have played Crash 4 from start to finish, then you'll agree, because there's a lot of amazing stuff in that game. There's so much care put into it as well. But I can say the same for this art book. There's obviously clearly been so much care put into the art for this game. It's, again, it's a little bit unreal, to be honest, but I really do like it. So I don't know if they sell this book separately, so I can't really recommend it, because I don't know if they're still selling the collector's box. So nick it off your mate if he has it. I don't know. I'm sure they're still selling the big collector's box, or I'm sure you can find a much smaller, lighter version online, just somewhere. I don't know where. If I can find anything online, I will link it in the description below, much like I will with the other books if they're still in stock. If you don't see a link in the comment section or in the description of this video for any of the books that I have shown today, it's either because they're really hard to get hold of or they're out of stock, much like they're really hard to get a hold of in terms of this next book that I'm showing you. So my top my top number one favourite book that I got this year. Yeah, I know, shocking. Gorillaz channel, his top favourite book isn't the Gorillaz one. And that is the art book for Alice Madness Returns. My love for this game, and it's the first one, has not been stated enough on this channel, and to be honest, I'm kicking myself that I haven't done a decent video on it yet. But then I kind of want to get gameplay footage and stuff, so I'm not like nicking from other channels and things, but that's a whole other thing. We could probably do that in the future if it can be asked. But yes, it's an amazing book. Getting a hold of this book is absolutely crazy because it's out of publication, and if you do find it online, it's one of those things where it's so old that eBay idiots want stupidly high prices for it, and I got very lucky that the person selling this to me on eBay was very kind, priced it very fairly, and I cannot thank them enough for sending this to me. But it's just an amazing book. Again, much like the Crash Bandicoot one, it goes into how they wanted some of the worlds to look, how they wanted some of the characters to look, things like that. The artwork in this is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I really like the amount of love that McGee clearly put into this game. Like, look at that. That is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. I cannot give enough praise to this book. I really can't. You know, I mean, it is a horror game, so I can't really show too much on this on YouTube without YouTube being a bit iffy with it. But what I also have to complement this book, which I feel also very lucky to have, that is Alice Madness Returns design document, which goes even further. It's not an art book, so it technically does not count, but it goes even further into character bios, how gameplay stuff works, you know, some of the worlds, some of the story, stuff like that. It's really cool. Really cool. But yeah, those are just some of my favourite art books that I have found this year, pretty much. It really doesn't feel like I have found them all this year, to be honest, because it feels like this year's been so short. But oh, bloody sun. Sorry, sun bloomed out this video. What was I saying? I shan't bother you with any more rambling. I have a Patreon. It would be great if you could pledge to it. I understand if you can't. It's currently £1 a month, or however that translates to whatever currency you have. I know there's different taxes and things like that you'd probably have to pay for other countries and things. I'm keeping it at £1 a month at the moment, so it's affordable for possibly everyone. I have some videos up there that I have uploaded that I kind of don't feel would fit for this channel. So it's kind of like a secondary dumping ground, because that's basically what this channel is at the moment. I don't really have any scripted videos, and I know I've had like 1 or 2 people in the past basically telling me that they prefer my videos like that. which is nice, because then it saves me from having to actually use my brain and actually make good videos for once, which I will do in some time in the future, I promise, but not right now because I'm lazy. So yes, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. You know the whole YouTube spiel. There's a like button, there's a share button. My Patreon is in my about section. I don't really like linking it at like descriptions or thingies, because it just feels too preachy. But yeah. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye. That was a record.